Opera SM here with another Magic the Gathering Puzzle Quest video. Today is a potential to infinity and beyond video with a really cool idea that Inoconda, Phil, our beloved butt snake from the Ashes Slack group, came up with a question wondering if a 3-card combo would actually go infinite. So let's take a look. The cards were Alela, Artful Provocateur, 4/5 Flying Death Touch, Lifelink Legendary Fairy Warlock. This was one of the exclusives from Eldraine. When this card is on the battlefield, your creatures with flying get +2/+2. The important part for this potential combo is whenever an artifact or enchantment support enters the battlefield under your control or gains a shield, create a fairy token, which is a 1/1 blue flyer, I believe. Simic Ascendancy, 16 for a 3 shield enchantment with activate 3 blue or green. Your first creature gets +1/+1. But the relevant part here is whenever you buff a creature you control, reinforce this support, which would give it more shields. At the end of your turn, if it has been reinforced 15 or more times, your creatures get gigantic. And, well, so looking at this, we'd have to figure out a way to buff a creature, and that's where Grumgully the Generous comes in for 9, a 4/4 legendary goblin shaman. Whenever a non-human creature enters the battlefield under your control, it gets +1/+1. So if we had all 3 of these cards, it theoretically should create an infinite combo, which we're going to test here because if we get a fairy token off of Alela, that fairy token will be buffed up by Grumgully, and then Simic Ascendancy will reinforce whenever you buff a creature you control, and that will mean that it will gain shields, and then whenever an artifact or enchantment support enters the battlefield under your controller gains a shield, create a fairy token, which will start the loop. So other cards in this deck are just to find stuff and assemble the loop. Right now we have Idyllic Tutor, a spell to fetch an enchantment and give it half mana. Chord of Calling, to fetch up the creature we want with mana. Nylea Keen-Eyed, this is another enchantment that could dilute getting our Simic Ascendancy, but it's so good at finding the creatures we need for the combo, I did want it in here. Vivian Nature's Avenger, 10 to fetch a creature from your library. This will also buff up a creature, another way to buff up a creature to get the combo going if we don't have Grumgully immediately out. So that's something to just consider. Shared Summons can fetch both of the creatures we have for the combo, and likely Relentless Pursuit also can as well. We're just going to probably pick, hopefully we get 2 different creatures in our first 4 creatures for that. And then it would also thin out some other creatures from our deck after we don't need those other pieces. And then I just ran one more tutor in incubation, just because the backside can also service some quasi-removal if we exile their creature and make a frog lizard in case they put something big out. So alright, let's see if we can go to infinite and beyond testing this deck. I'm using this just with Tamiyo because it fit within the colors to have Idyllic Tutor in there. We are going up against an Ob Nixilis deck. So yeah, I'm excited. Thanks again, Phil, for sharing this potential combo. It looks really, really cool. And we don't have a kill piece in here right now, though we could just wait till the next turn to create a bunch of tokens. But something like my BFF Bullrat Clan Crusher or something like that, which triggers off of when creatures get buffed or something like that. Could be a machine gun that you could do in this deck. But let's just see if this combo can go to infinity beyond with infinite fairies. Who needs the old extended or legacy or extended or modern combos with with fairies. We don't need to do that. We can make our own infinite fairy combo. Take that. All right. So let's see. We have Grumgully here. I'm probably just gonna get Vivian's Nature's Avenger online first to see if we can find our other combo piece as well. So let's see. We can get blue, white, green. Seeing if anything can maybe go into other things. We could get a blue on the top, which could go into a black. We could also do a blue into a black down here. We'll do a blue into the black, which could also be a loyalty here. Didn't get it, not a big deal. All right. So let's see, we can get another blue match with potentially a green or a loyalty match. That's probably what we're gonna take. I won't take forever, so I'll just do that since we're testing here. Great, there's a Court of Calling. I will just fetch every turn to get a creature. Great, we do have our Alela, which is wonderful. Trying to see if it would be more efficient. It's basically the same mana cost if we have Alela cast through Court of Calling or just hard cast. Actually, if we get Grumgully out, it will be a little cheaper. So I'll probably do it that way. Let's see, we can have white into potentially green or white, so we'll go ahead and do that. All right, what's our opponent doing here? Probably some sort of Obnix lands things. We don't need a lot of these tutors anymore because we found the pieces we need. I probably went way overkill on that, but that's okay. We'll keep a backup Grumgully just in case they kill something, because Obnixes want to do that. Those demons, they like to kill things. Or I guess exile things, because he exiles things in the War of the Spark thing. Anyway, I digress. Alright, let's see. Let's take this green match here, get our Grumgully on the board. Let's see, we can get loyalty into a black. We can get white, which is going to be a better mana match for us. Ooh, great, and there's our idyllic tutor as well. So let's get that tutor online first, I think. Sure, why not? Alright, so our Grumgully's probably not long for this world. Let's see, we can get a black into a red, which is not bad. We can get, see, white into black into red. I like that. Yeah, we'll wait one turn on that. Oh, cool. They didn't kill our creature, so that's good. So let's see how we have to do this here. We're going to want, whenever an artifact or enchantment support enters the battlefield under your control or gains a shield, then we get a fairy. So we're going to want Alela to come into play first, and then we're going to want the Simic Ascendancy to come in. So we've got backup versions of our creatures. This is looking very good. I'll probably wait on Court of Calling to just cast it at instant speed, so it's a little harder. Hey, we're making our own Splinter Twin Infinite Fairy combo. Wait till end of turn. No. Okay, let's see. We'll grab the blue here. That will give us most of the way towards casting our enchantment next turn as well. Don't kill our Grumgully. He died. That's okay. We'll just have to cast another one. All right. Let's see. Might as well keep thinning our deck out. What did I just do? Misclick. That's what I just did. All right. Cool. Another Grumgully if we need it. We've got a red into a black. I think that's going to be our best match that we can do. That's weird. Why didn't it let us cast our Court of Calling? Does he have something in play that's blocking it? Who knows? Clear card from hand, see if there's some weird bug or something. We'll just take a white match here. There we go. I should have just done this turn to go off, but wasn't paying much attention. But all right, next turn we should be able to test the combo if he doesn't kill our creatures. Oh, he killed our creature. All right, so he's got removal banked up. That's what it is. So what we're going to do is just get... So what we're going to do is get a crap ton of mana. So let's go ahead and use the final ability. Great. Now we have really buffed up mana bonuses, and our green match will be able to just cast this Alela. All right, everybody, we get the moment of truth. We get to test if we get infinite fairies here or not. So let's see. Making sure I understand this correctly, I will cast Alela, Artful Provocateur, and then I will cast an enchantment. So whenever an artifact or enchantment support enters the battlefield under your control or gains a shield, create a fairy token. So I'll make a fairy token. That fairy token, since it's not human, will be buffed up by Grumgully. And then Simic Ascendancy. Whenever you buff a creature you control, reinforce this support. That will get shields onto this support, and Alela will make another fairy token and loop. So this should work. All right. Hold on to your fairies, everyone. Are we going to infinity and beyond? Let's see. All right. Alela comes in. Our support comes in. We make a fairy. The fairy's buffed. Yes. Yes. No. No. No, it didn't go infinite. I thought we were going to go infinite. Why would we not go infinite? That makes me sad. I was hoping we were going to go to infinity and beyond. We will try it again and see if there's something else. So let's look at the battle log and see what happened here. So on our turn, Simic Ascendancy came in, Grumgully was triggered, then Alela was triggered, Simic Ascendancy was triggered. Oh no, we have to look at our turn. Keep up with it, Bryce. All right. So we cast Artful Provocateur, then Grumgully was triggered, Simic Ascendancy was cast, then 2 fairies were created, Grumgully was triggered, Artful Provocateur was triggered, but Simic Ascendancy, Grumgully was triggered, Artful Provocateur was triggered, Simic Ascendancy was triggered, then Grumgully, then Alela. Huh. So why did that not keep triggering more is the question. So let's see. We're just going to cast some more creatures and see what happens. So let's try this again. Let's see, out of curiosity. Huh. Trying to figure out why this may or may not have happened. So we'll just look. We're going to make some more things and see what happens. So we're making some fairies. There we go. No, it's not making more fairies. I thought this was going to make fairies, but it's not. So it looks like what's happening is that Simic Ascendancy, when Simic Ascendancy is reinforcing, that is not counting as getting more shields on it. So I guess reinforcement means that it will not trigger something gaining more shields. Let's see, Simic Ascendancy. Whenever you buff a creature you control, reinforce this support. So this support is getting reinforced when we're buffing creatures. At the end of your turn, if this support is reinforced 15 or more times, it gets bigger. Okay, so it is reinforcing this support, but that must not be triggering Alela, Artful Provocateur. So while this card is on the battlefield, your creatures with flying get +2/+0, but the relevant part, whenever an artifact or enchantment support enters the battlefield under your control or gains a shield, create a fairy token. So it is not creating fairy tokens. So that's the deal. So whenever an artifact or enchantment support enters the battlefield under your control or gains a shield. So maybe we need an effect that says gain shield. Okay, well, it looks like this does not go to infinity and beyond, sadly. But this was a really cool idea, Phil, and we should see if there's a way. So what we need to do is find a way whenever a creature enters the battlefield to make an enchantment or artifact support come into play, or do something such that that we can gain shields whenever a creature or artifact comes into play. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to end the video here since the combo we learned doesn't work. But again, good thought, Phil. And we will keep trying to figure out a way to cobble this together to see if we can either make... I don't think there's anything that makes enchantment support tokens. But there are things that make artifact support tokens like Saheeli. So maybe that might be a good idea to